Hello, my crafty friends. Today I'm going to share a card and a tutorial using Karen Burniston's triple flip die set. I'm not sure if it was my blog or here on YouTube where a viewer had looked at a post of mine from 2019 where I used the triple flip, but rather than having the three panels that flip over, I had just done a single with a large snowflake. And they'd wanted to know if I had done a tutorial to show them how to do it, which of course I had not done. I wasn't doing tutorials back in 2019, but I did make a note of it. When viewers ask for a tutorial or have a question, I do write them down in a notebook, and I'm hoping to do more kind of tutorial type videos. So before I start that, I wanted to talk about the triple flip. I'm pretty sure that this person, because it was fairly recently that they asked the question, they must have seen my card on Pinterest. I have a huge following on Pinterest, which is awesome. So you can always check there if you're looking for different ideas. I do have a board called the Triple Flip, and also on my blog. I will link it in the description box below. But on the right-hand side, if you were looking at it from a web version versus a mobile version, the right-hand side has got labels. So there is a label for the triple flip. There's 11 cards that I have made there now. The die set is intended to do a wide A2 card. So it is 4¼ inches tall, 5½ inches across, and it has 3 panels that all flip over when you pull the lever. And so this is what you get with the die set. But I have done cards where I've made this panel the full 4¼ inches rather than as the die cuts it like this. I have done them with 3, 2, or just 1 panel. And I've also done them on a top folding A2 card. So like I said, there's 11 of them. This will be card number 12 on my blog. And if you're just curious and you want to see more cards done with the triple flip. Now, the reason I don't have assembly videos for that is, as I said, this is a die set by Karen Burniston, and she has amazing assembly videos right on the product page. Her website will be linked below as well. Since you need the die set to make the card, I'm assuming you will have already watched that assembly video. So I'm not going to do things like assemble the platform, etc., because those are on her assembly video. She has great tips and tricks. So this tutorial is assuming that you have the die set, you're comfortable making a triple flip, and I'm going to show you how to turn it into a single flip card, if that makes any sense. So of course, with me, my cards normally start with the pattern paper. And here I used this O Canada 2 by Photoplay. It is double-sided pattern papers. There's a sheet of cut-aparts, and there's also a large sheet of stickers, and there is some ephemera as well. And while I didn't use them on this card, I wanted to show you that there are also coordinating stamps. There's O Canada 2, this hockey beaver, and I will say that that is a Canadian artist that has created those. Oh, puck, that's just fun. And then Oh Canada. Now I bought these recently when Scrap and Stamp had a sale on, and I was able to get the dies for this set, but on this one I had them in my cart and they actually sold out before I checked out. So somebody else wanted them really badly as well. So lots of things to coordinate, and while I didn't use them on this card, I did want to show you them because they're awful cute stamps. Okay, so we have the pattern paper, we have the triple flip die set. So this is the panel that's going to cut the notches. Here is the arm that moves the paddles. The paddle die cuts 3 paddles at a time. So here are the remaining 2. Remember, I'm only using 1 on this card. And then I have a white card base. Now this thumb hole actually comes included in the die set. And that's just a great way to line it all up so that you can reach in and pull that lever. I tend to do these more as a postcard than a card that opens like a regular card, but for this one I decided I would decorate the inside, and I have done some of that already using some of the stickers that were included in the package. So I die cut this panel from pattern paper. I created my arm. I added the one flipper. It's ready to attach to my card that already has the thumb hole in it. And what I thought I would flip over is a cut apart from the paper package. I cut it from the sheet. It's a 12 by 12 sheet of different cut aparts or journal cards. So I cut it and this one, rounded the corners using a corner rounder. And so this is what's going to flip over. Not crazy about the sorry, sorry, sorry. Didn't figure I would use that. But I did like the reverse side with the green print. The moose is one of the stickers that were included, and I just added that to a stitched circle. Everything that's available will be linked on my blog. And then the back side of this, as Karen says in her video, it's a good idea to use just a narrow strip of foam tape at the top and then a wider strip at the bottom, because you want to have some give to the paper. When you pull this arm, the paddle flips over, and it's nice that there's a little bit of room for it to move when it's mounted to the card. But if you use all three, you can see that there wouldn't be that much wiggle room with the arm. However, when I'm only using one, there's all kinds of wiggle room. It does feel rather unstable. So I wanted to show you that I added foam tape above and below the arm. So there's still some wiggle room because you want some flexibility. You don't want it up close touching. You don't want anything catching on it. But those two strips above and below stop the arm from falling kind of way down like it would and possibly creasing that paddle. So I am going to first adhere this onto my card front, and then we can go about adding that paddle. So we'll take off the release sheets here and hope that arm doesn't move and get caught in the adhesive. So I'll kind of hold it on, and now I'm going to line it up. I want the, oops, yeah, see, I didn't want that to get caught. You know what, just to be safe here, I'm going to add a little piece of tape. So that's removable tape. It's actually delicate painter's tape. So that'll keep my arm from sliding around and allow me to get it on straight and have my thumb hole still line up. So there we go. I can take my little piece of tape off now. And I can use that again. I use that tape a lot for die cutting. So you can see that by pulling this arm, that paddle flips over. Now I'm not going to use these other two paddles. I can move them aside because you can also see these. Now there's different things you can do. I could have decorated it with a circle or something that would be hidden under there, but I have one of the stickers from the package that I matted on white cardstock. I will add that once I have the journal cards on the paddle. Now you have to really watch with the triple flip that you don't move the item that's flipping, or you don't move the paddle on its own. That will create a fold and then it won't work. You can't go wrong if you only use that arm to flip the panel. So this particular one would have been cute having it kind of right in the center, but I did want to show you using just the left side. So I'm going to get my glue here, which is the Lineco pH Neutral. That is linked on my website. Love, love, love this glue. And then a student of Karen's actually gave her the idea of putting a damp paper towel in a glass yogurt container. And so that paper towel, you just spray it with water and you can keep your glue in it upside down. It doesn't clog. I will sometimes get up in the morning and go into the craft room and realize that I had left my glue in the paper towel overnight, but the paper towel is still damp and the glue is still fine and not clogged. So we are going to, as Karen says, just shellac. I'm going to put lots of glue right on the front of that paddle, and then I'm going to take my cut apart and adhere it on that paddle. So I kind of want them straight, but this is, you've got to be prepared for a little bit of movement, that they won't necessarily always be straight. If you're doing 3 in a row, sometimes they skew a little bit. It's all part of the charm of a handmade card. And next, we are going to add more glue here and all the way around. Whoops, I kind of missed that there. I'm actually doing this with my elbows on the desk, and I don't usually have to reach so far in to do my crafting. So it's a little awkward to do tutorials where you're not where you are crafting, but I don't have the lighting to set up for doing tutorials right in my craft room. So now I'm going to just sandwich that paddle in between the 2 journal cards. Now I did cut it. I just realized I did cut that back one just a tiny bit smaller. I'm not sure if you can even tell. It's like 32nd of an inch. I just cut a scant little bit off the 2 edges before I rounded the corners so you couldn't see the back journal card on the front. And now I'm going to close that over, and there is my triple flip with just a single paddle. So that's kind of fun. I'm going to add this on, and I could use foam tape because I generally use thin foam tape, but I'm going to just, let's open up my arm. Remember, don't flip it without using the arm. And I will add it right here so it will cover up those notches and everything will look good. For me, it's okay that it's sticking out a little bit. I like that idea. To me, it just kind of reaffirms that something to be revealed when you open the flap. Canada, our home and native land, and inside, Happy Canada Day. And one of the stickers and a place for us to sign our name. Now, I also brought some of the white sugar and sparkle gumdrops to finish off the front. These are from Your Next Stamp. I love the Your Next Stamp gumdrops. And the white I thought would be perfect on here. So I'm going to add one here. They come 3 different sizes, which is also nice. And let's add a small one. I think I'm going to put it here. So just a different way that you can use the triple flip die set using just a single paddle with stickers and a cut apart from a paper package. Hitting that like button really does help YouTubers out. It allows the video to be viewed by more people, which allows us to grow our channel. So if you liked my video and tutorial today, please hit that like button. Subscribe to see more of my cards and upcoming tutorials. And that's it for me today.